The details from Nintendo's latest financial report are in. How is the Nintendo Switch doing? What games are selling well? Is the 3DS still doing well? And what is going on at Nintendo? A new president is announced that will be taking office in June 2018. Not to be outdone, the Xbox game division has a lot of positive things to talk about as well. Shadow of the Tomb Raider's box art has been leaked as well. All that and more in a jam-packed Friday, April 27th edition of RGT News. Let's go!
GT85 coming to you with the freshest video game news. Now take it away.
So yes, the latest Nintendo financial report is in, and there is a lot of stuff to discuss when it comes to this, because it's been a very interesting year for Nintendo. Now these reports, the sales data on them is up till March 31st, so about a year and 1 month for Nintendo Switch units sold and of course software sold. Now the Nintendo Switch has been reported as shipping 18 million units worldwide as of March 31st, which is just an outstanding number, especially when you consider the fact that the Wii U didn't sell, 14 million. It was a little under 14 million life to date, and that was in 4+ years on the market. The Nintendo Switch has outdone that in just 1 year on the market, so it's impressive to see this continued success for the system itself, because a lot of people are still buying the Nintendo Switch. Everything Nintendo Switch related seems to be selling really well, and the hardware sales just speak for itself as far as the success of the system is concerned. The 3DS is at 72.5 million units shipped worldwide as well, with over 6 million units shipping in the last year, and once again that's pretty impressive, because the 3DS, a lot of people didn't think it would do that well. They didn't think they could replicate the success of the Nintendo DS. It obviously had a very rocky start, but now here it is, and it seems to be doing very well for Nintendo as well, so that's a positive thing. 5.28 million SNES Classics or Super Famicom Classics, depending on what region you live in, have been shipped as well, and that's a good thing in my opinion. A lot of people were upset with the fact that the NES Classic was so hard to come by, which, do not forget, will be re-released according to Nintendo this summer, but they obviously ramped up production for the SNES Classic. I've been seeing them available online. A lot of people have been posting at their local Walmarts, and Best Buys have them online, so Nintendo did a much better supply with the SNES Classic as opposed to the NES Classic. And what's really interesting to me is that for total software sales from Nintendo, digital sales make up 25% of software sold. So obviously the digital market is coming, and Nintendo seems to be embracing it and seeing some really positive sales on the digital side of things. Now, when it comes to software for the Nintendo Switch, these are some absolutely incredible numbers as far as how many units were shipped for these games. Super Mario Odyssey is the #1 shipped Nintendo Switch game, coming in at 10.4 million units shipped. And honestly, I'm not surprised by that, considering it was my game of the year for 2017. A fantastic game, just absolutely incredible. I absolutely loved it. I'm not surprised to see this. If anything, I think it's a bit low with 18 million units shipped on the system. Why did only 10 million people pick up this game? There has to be more people out there. More people need to pick up this game if they haven't, if they've been living under a rock. Not to be outdone, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has sold 8.5 million, or has shipped 8.5 million units on the Nintendo Switch, with anywhere from between 1.5 to 2.1 million units on the Wii U. What does that mean? That means it is the best-selling Zelda game of all time, and that's a pretty high mark when you consider games like A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, and of course the Skyward Sword on the Nintendo Wii, because the Nintendo Wii was the best-selling Nintendo platform of all time. Yet here comes the Switch with, a fraction of the user base, yet everyone is buying The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, thus making it the best-selling Zelda game of all time. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with 9.2 million units shipped on the Nintendo Switch. Over half of the user base for the Nintendo Switch picked up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I can't say I'm surprised once again. Fantastic game. I loved the new battle mode in that. Definitely a worthwhile purchase for Switch owners. Splatoon 2 shipped about 6 million units worldwide. It's great to see that sequel doing just as well as the original game did, if not exceeding it. Definitely a great game, definitely a game worth checking out. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has shipped 1.3 million units worldwide, and that was a later release for the Nintendo Switch. That game came out early in December, so pretty impressive numbers. A couple months on the market, they've already shipped 1.3 million units of that game, so obviously it's selling pretty well. Another really big surprise to me is Kirby Star Allies with 1.26 million units shipped worldwide. And you have to remember that game released on March 16th for the Nintendo Switch. So in what, 2 weeks that game managed to ship 1.26 million units worldwide? It's obviously selling very well. We saw that in the NPD numbers. It was the number 4 overall selling game in the United States for the month of March, even though it was only on the market for 2 weeks. So very impressive stuff. You know, a lot of people seem to be enjoying that Kirby game. A lot of people are picking it up. Other notable titles include Pokken Tournament with 1.16 million units shipped outside of Japan, so there is no Japanese numbers for that, and Fire Emblem Warriors with over 1 million units shipped. A lot of people seem to miss out on that game. It came out during a very busy time, and I actually have not played that game yet, so I need to pick up that game. I need to be one of those 1 million plus people who have picked it up, but very impressive to see. 13 different Switch games have shipped over 1 million copies, and most importantly, the company reported 9.6 billion yen in total revenue. So really, these numbers are just pretty damn amazing. I mean, Nintendo is definitely doing a lot of things right with the Nintendo Switch. 2017 was a huge year for the system, but it's going to be very interesting to see what 2018 brings for the Nintendo Switch. Bit of a slow start to the year in terms of software. Obviously, there's some big hitters coming out in the month of May. We have E3 with around the corner in June, so there's going to be more surprises there. But definitely, Nintendo is in a very, very good position right now. Definitely in a position that they deserve to be in with the success of the Nintendo Switch, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens the rest of the year for Nintendo. A game that I'm really looking forward to that not a lot of people are talking about is a fighting game called Blade Strangers that is coming from Nicholas Nikalis. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but this game will be released on the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch this summer, along with a digital-only version on the PC, and the game got a brand new trailer today, and I think this game looks awesome. It's a 2D fighter, very highly stylized, a lot of combos going on, a lot of craziness, definitely very Japanese, but definitely a game that's on my radar. It includes characters from other games like Code of Princess EX, Cave Story, and original characters. There are more characters yet to be announced for the game. It's a game that I've just been very excited about. It's only going to be like 40 bucks, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. It says it's coming out this summer, and honestly, I can't wait to play this game. I love 2D fighters, and this looks like a really enjoyable game, so I'm stoked to see what else it brings to the table. A bunch of new details are coming out about Shadow of the Tomb Raider today, April 27th, but at the time of this filming, details are a bit scant on it. We do know that it's coming out on September 14th to the PS4, the Xbox One, and PC. We do know that Laura will be trying to stop a Mayan apocalypse, but other than that, we don't know a whole lot about what's going on. But we did get a cover art leak that looks pretty interesting. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of different versions of the game, as is the status quo for big AAA releases in modern gaming. But what's interesting to me is the PEGI 18 rating. Now, of course, that is not an ESRB rating, but that does make me wonder, will this game be rated M for mature in the States as well? And if it is, will that impact software sales for this game? Obviously, a lot of teen-rated games sell better than mature-rated games, with some exceptions, of course, being like Grand Theft Auto. But for the most part, a lot of companies strive to hit that T rating to get more sales than that M rating. So it'll be interesting to see why it's actually rated M as well. Is it going to be very gory? Is there going to be some sort of nudity and boobs in it? Who knows? But I think this game looks really interesting. I look forward to seeing more from it as well. In the intro of the video, I did say that Nintendo has a new president who will be stepping into office on June 2018. President Kimishima is retiring at the age of 67, and the new President Furukawa will be stepping up to the plate. Now, who is this gentleman? He grew up playing Famicom, he's really young, and he looks like he has a good direction for Nintendo. I actually did a full video on the gentleman yesterday, so make sure you guys go check that out. I'll have a card on the top of the screen right now where you guys can click that and watch that video, because I sort of break down who this guy is and what I think he can do for Nintendo in the future. But I think he will be able to carry Nintendo to a positive state in 2018 and beyond with the company. Finally, Xbox has reported some financial details as well, and there's a lot of positive things going on there as well, much like we saw with Nintendo. Gaming revenue increased by 18% on a year-to-year basis, driven by a 24% growth of revenue generated by Xbox software and services, mainly coming from the strong performance of third-party games. You have to remember, the Xbox One got PUBG, which was a huge acquisition for the console, and although Fortnite has been sort of dominating the battle royale genre, PUBG is still a very important game, and being able to play your games, your third-party games on the Xbox One X in the best way possible obviously is helping the Xbox game division. division. Xbox Live monthly active users also grew 13% year on year, so that's up to 59 million people, which is pretty impressive. I mean, 59 million users on the Xbox Live service, whether you're using it, for Xbox Game Pass on PC or you're using it on your Xbox One or Xbox 360. Very impressive stuff from Microsoft. It's definitely great to see Microsoft doing well with the Xbox division, because I feel like this is a good thing for the gaming industry. We need competition in the gaming industry, and things like positive sales and positive sales figures will bring that about. All right, and that's going to do it for the Friday, April 27th edition of RGT News. Obviously, there was a lot of Nintendo stuff to discuss in this episode with the financial briefing, but I did try to break it up into other things as well to keep all of you guys entertained, because I am a multi-platform gamer who just has a little bit of a preference towards Nintendo sometimes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of those software sales for Nintendo games, because some of those are just absolutely mind-blowingly high for not even a year on the market. And of course, what you think about Blade Strangers, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and Xbox showing some positive things as well. Make sure you guys check out that video on the new president of Nintendo, who he is, what he brings to the table, and what he could do for Nintendo. It's sort of discussed in that video, so make sure you guys check it out. And thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. RGT News is every Wednesday and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. with a Monday episode coming very soon as well. And thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Leave me your thoughts in the comments down below. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the description box down below. We got Patreon, t-shirts, social media, all sorts of ways to keep up to date with the ever-growing world of RGT 85, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.